I thought Irishmen had potatoes. It looks like you're just smuggling some tater tots.
You thought that was bad? Just wait till you see number 1. In late 2019, WWE went way too far with Roman Reigns' nickname, the Big Dog. After Reigns won a match against Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin and his henchmen attacked Roman. The numbers advantage eventually caught up to Roman Reigns, and he was handcuffed to a ring post. Corbin and Ziggler then proceeded to pour dog food all over the Big Dog.
You want to be the Big Dog? Well, you're gonna eat like one!
The food got everywhere, and it looked pretty disgusting, so imagine what it was like for Roman. Remember when Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal had a feud? I don't, and WWE probably hope you don't either. In 2018, the two musclemen clashed at Money in the Bank in an over 15-minute match that went about 15 minutes too long. The fans weren't impressed and let both wrestlers know it.
Just saw from the back, guys. He's simply a spectator, much like we are here tonight. Normally,
Jinder's looking to strategize with Sunil.
well, certainly, and I do like the game plan. I don't like you getting sucked in, or the rest of us getting sucked into that.
Sunil Singh is quick as a...
Definitely not a great match for either wrestler, but especially for the Big Dog. One of the keys to being a successful wrestler is selling. You have to make it look like the moves that you're getting hit by actually hurt. While not selling a move is a problem, overselling it is also an issue, and Roman Reigns was given a harsh lesson about this in 2015. At SummerSlam, Reigns and Dean Ambrose teamed up to take on the Wyatt family. The hard-hitting match featured Reigns getting super kicked by Luke Harper over a table. Of course, that would keep anybody down for a bit, but as the match continued, Roman remained lifeless on the floor. Finally, after over 4 minutes of Roman Reigns being motionless behind the announcer's table, the crowd couldn't take it anymore. Eventually, after nearly 5 minutes, Roman was back on his feet. What's interesting about this situation isn't that Roman did anything wrong, it's merely that the fans were so fed up with Reigns that they used the moment to mock him. For whatever reason, in 2019, WWE thought Shane McMahon should be the company's biggest villain. This led to a match at Super Showdown between McMahon and Roman Reigns. What made this embarrassing is that Shane won. Sure, he had help from Drew McIntyre and Elias, but it was still a humiliating defeat. Fans were infuriated, especially since Reigns had just come back after his latest fight with leukemia. The only saving grace of this embarrassment was that it set up a tag match with Roman Reigns joining forces with The Undertaker to take out Shane O'Mac and Drew McIntyre. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns have had some epic moments, including major matches at WrestleMania and several other pay-per-views. Unfortunately, there was also a not-so-epic moment. In the build-up to their WrestleMania 34 match, Reigns and Lesnar literally tugged the WWE Championship away from each other. Not exactly the behavior of a fan-favorite champion. The tug of war for the title wasn't just ridiculous, but childish on Reigns' part. Incredibly, this silly segment happened on the last Raw before WrestleMania. The ridiculousness was not lost on former WWE star The Hurricane, who had this to say about the incident on Twitter. Although Roman Reigns' run as head of the table has been pretty good, it hasn't been without at least one embarrassing moment. In 2021, Reigns put his Universal Championship up against Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. The battle featured a number of wild moments, and one clever spot where KO turned the tables on the champ, who had tried to handcuff Owens. Instead, KO handcuffed Reigns to a piece of equipment, preventing him from getting to his feet, and the referee started to count. Paul Heyman showed up with keys to the cuffs, but Roman's manager couldn't get them off. This wasn't part of the script, and the referee had no choice but to stop the count for no reason. According to reports, Heyman's handcuff headache happened due to the keyhole being on the wrong side. After successfully defeating Triple H at WrestleMania 32, Roman Reigns was enjoying his third reign as WWE Champion. At least he was, until Reigns violated WWE's wellness policy. Who knows what would have happened if the violation never occurred, but Roman did suffer his first clean singles match loss soon after, losing the WWE title to Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. It was an embarrassing moment that stalled Roman's momentum, as he had to sit out for 30 days and would not win another World Championship until 2018's SummerSlam. It was also reported that Triple H ordered Roman to apologize to the entire locker room for his actions. 2015 was when WWE really started to push Roman Reigns as the new face of the company. Having Roman give a powerful, charismatic, or inspiring speech would have really helped, but WWE instead had Reigns say this.
You are a sniveling sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son!
What makes this cringeworthy line even more embarrassing is that SmackDown wasn't live at this time. That means WWE heard Roman Reigns say this line, had to wait 2 days before the show aired, and still decided to keep it. According to Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, even Roman Reigns hated the line.
I mean, many times they suffer and succotash, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that day.
Yep.
You think he wanted to say that? No. He went in there and was like, what? And he came out and he was like, he wants me to say suffer and succotash. And I remember kind of laughing, like, dude, you can't say that. And he's like, he wants me to say it. He's like, what, is there a cool way to say it? I'm like,
Nope.
What happens when a wrestler who's already on thin ice with WWE fans defeats The Undertaker? In Roman Reigns' case, you get booed mercilessly the following night on Raw. Roman's no-holds-barred match against Taker at WrestleMania 33 was a mess, thanks to it going 25 minutes and The Undertaker not being at his best. What made it even worse was the decision to have Roman Reigns win. This was a questionable move, which the fans clearly hated, as seen the next night when Reigns was booed for 8 minutes straight. To Roman's credit, he didn't try to fight it and let the crowd say what they wanted. In fact, the only thing Roman Reigns said was,
This is my yard now.
long before fans were booing Roman Reigns for being overpushed, they were booing John Cena for the same reason. Ironically, WWE would have Cena and Reigns face off in a verbal throwdown. Maybe WWE was hoping that fans would go back to booing John Cena rather than Roman Reigns. Instead, the segment made fans like Cena and boo Reigns even more. The 16-time world champion eviscerated Roman by saying,
This chump right here, he ain't the guy. Dude, you're just a guy. When they look at you, they see what I see. A cheap-ass, corporately created John Cena bootleg.
When Reigns responded, he seemed to be at a loss of words, and Cena took what was left of Roman's career and completely destroyed it.
It's called a promo,
Shut
kid,
your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it, so go ahead. You should be ashamed I'm a part-timer, because I can do this part-time better than you could ever do it full-time.
It's hard to believe that Roman Reigns would eventually become the tribal chief, because this moment was super embarrassing. Alright, enough of the cringe. Watch the top 10 funniest Brock Lesnar moments, and find out what Brock Lesnar said that made Kurt Angle break character.